Julia Letlow, lifted by Trump, wins the Republican Senate runoff in Louisiana, and that headline tells you a lot about where the Republican Party stands heading into the fall. Here's what happened. On Saturday night, Representative Julia Letlow defeated State Treasurer John Fleming in a Republican primary runoff in Louisiana. The Associated Press called the race, and with 93% of the vote tallied, Letlow was leading by nearly 14 percentage points. That's not close. That's a statement. So who is Julia Letlow? She's a former educator and current U.S. representative, and she has one of the more remarkable origin stories in recent American politics. In 2021, she won a special election to fill the congressional seat that had been won by her husband, Luke Letlow, who died of coronavirus complications just days before he was set to take office. She became the first Republican woman elected to Congress from Louisiana. Now, if she wins the general election, she would become the first Republican woman ever to represent Louisiana in the United States Senate. She would be replacing Senator Bill Cassidy, and that part of the story matters too. Cassidy is a two-term Republican who voted to convict Donald Trump in his 2021 impeachment trial. Trump never forgave him for it. The president made defeating Cassidy a personal mission, and he personally urged Letlow to challenge the sitting senator. Back in January, Trump posted on social media, and this is a direct quote, "Run, Julia, run." Cassidy was eliminated in the first round of voting back in May, finishing about 20 points behind Letlow. So Trump got what he wanted there. The runoff itself, though, turned out to be more competitive than some expected. Letlow faced Fleming, a hard-right former congressman who helped found the House Freedom Caucus. Fleming tried to outflank her on the right, zeroing in on comments Letlow made back in 2020 when she was interviewing to lead the University of Louisiana at Monroe, comments that were seen as favorable toward diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. He called her woke. She pushed back hard, saying DEI had been, in her words, hijacked by the radical left and turned into indoctrination, and she cast herself as the true MAGA candidate. By Thursday, Trump stepped back in, joining a virtual rally to make clear where he stood, describing Letlow as a great person and an incredible warrior for Louisiana's farmers and fishermen and military. It worked. Letlow won, and she was ebullient at her victory party in Baton Rouge. "Thank you for encouraging me to get into this race," she told the crowd. "Thank you for your endorsement. Louisiana loves you." Trump, for his part, celebrated on social media late Saturday, writing that Letlow will be a truly great senator. She now heads into the general election against Jamie Davis, a Louisiana farmer who won the Democratic runoff, and notably, someone whose family history carries real weight. Davis tends some of the same land his grandfather worked as a sharecropper. But make no mistake, Louisiana has not sent a Democrat to the Senate in more than a decade, and Letlow enters this race as a heavy favorite in a deeply red state. For Trump, this is a meaningful win. His endorsement has faced some recent tests. He backed losing candidates in Republican gubernatorial primaries in Iowa and Georgia, but Louisiana shows the endorsement still carries decisive weight in the right contest. That's the story from Louisiana, a race shaped by loyalty, legacy, and a presidential post that just said run.